Imagine for a moment that you are standing at the end of your life. The room is quiet, the lights are dim, and you are surrounded by ghosts. These aren't the ghosts of people you lost, but the ghosts of the ideas you never birthed. The business plan you tucked in a drawer because you were afraid. The book that died in your head because you didn't have time. The health you sacrificed for busyness. They are standing around your bed, looking at you with large, sad eyes, saying, "We came to you, and only you could have given us life. Now we must go into the grave with you." This isn't just a haunting thought. It is the reality for 95% of the population. Most people spend their lives being efficient at things that don't matter. They win races they never should have entered. To avoid this fate, you don't need more hustle. You need a different architecture. The story, the architect and the wanderer, two men were given the task of building a tower that reached the clouds. The first man, the wanderer, was full of passion. He woke up every morning, grabbed a pile of stones, and started stacking them wherever he felt inspired. Some days he worked 18 hours. Other days he didn't work at all. When people asked to see his progress, he pointed to a jagged, leaning pile of rubble. "It's coming along," he'd shout. But the first time a storm hit, the rubble collapsed. He had effort but no foundation. The second man, the architect, spent the first 6 months doing nothing but sitting at a table with a pencil. He didn't move a single stone. People mocked him. "You're lazy," they cried. "You aren't doing anything." The architect ignored them. He measured the soil, calculated the wind resistance, and drew every pillar to scale. When he finally started building, he moved slower than the wanderer, but every stone was placed with mathematical precision. When the storm came, the architect's tower didn't even vibrate. He didn't succeed because he worked harder. He succeeded because he worked from a documented design. Here are 5 pillars in mastering your destiny. Pillar 1. Define your purpose. Success is fulfillment, not accumulation. We have been lied to by a culture that defines success as a pile of stuff. We think that if we get the right car, the right spouse, and the right zip code, we have arrived. But history is littered with wealthy, famous people who reached the summit only to realize they were miserable. Success is the fulfillment of the specific purpose you were born for. Every product is created to solve a problem. A light bulb was created to solve darkness. A car was created to solve distance. You are a product of the Creator, which means you were designed to solve a specific problem on this planet. 1. The problem of misalignment. If you are a fish trying to climb a tree, you will spend your whole life feeling like an idiot. You aren't a failure, you are just misaligned. 2. The discovery phase. You don't create your purpose, you discover it. It's already inside you, hidden in your interests, your burdens, and your natural leaning. 3. Action step. Stop asking, "How can I make money?" and start asking, "What problem was I born to solve?" Money is merely the reward the world gives you for solving its problems. Pillar 2. Document your plan. The law of the written word, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, is a cliche because it is an absolute law of the universe. In the absence of a written plan, you are a victim of your moods. Writing is the first act of creation. When you take a goal out of the cloud of your imagination and put it onto the hard drive of paper, you have performed a miracle. You have turned something invisible into something visible. Why documenting works. 1. The reticular activating system, RAS. Your brain has a filter that decides what information to let in. When you write a goal down, you program your RAS to look for opportunities related to that goal. Suddenly, you start seeing coincidences that help you move forward. 2. The contract with self. A written plan is a contract. It holds you accountable on the days you don't feel inspired. 3. The roadmap factor. A 2,000-mile journey is terrifying if you only look at the total distance. But if you have a map that breaks it down into 50-mile increments, it becomes a series of small, manageable wins. Pillar 3. Establish priorities and focus. The war against distraction. We live in the attention economy. Every app on your phone, every billboard on the street, and every urgent email is a thief trying to steal your most valuable asset, your focus. Distractions are a greater threat to your success than your sin. Most people don't fail because they are bad people. They fail because they are distracted people. They have a Ferrari engine, but they are trying to drive in 10 different directions at once. The power of the niche success requires an obsessive focus. You cannot be a jack of all trades and a master of destiny. You must find your passion, the thing you are willing to suffer for, and ignore everything else. 1. The good distraction. The hardest things to say no to aren't the bad things. They are the good opportunities that aren't your opportunities. 2. The 80-20 rule. 80% of your results come from 20% of your activities. Identify that 20% and protect it with your life. Everything else is just noise. Pillar 4. Develop discipline and consistency. Systems over sympathy. Desire is the fuel, but discipline is the engine. You can have a tank full of gas, but if the engine doesn't turn, you're just sitting in a heavy metal box. True power comes from consistent daily action. The world worships the big break or the quantum leap, but success is actually built in the boring moments. It's the 5 a.m. workout when it's raining. It's the extra hour of study when your friends are at the bar. It's the 500 words you write even when you have writer's block. Building your system. 1. The compound effect. If you improve by just 1% every day, you will be 37 times better by the end of the year. Small, insignificant actions, when done consistently, create massive, unstoppable momentum. 2. Remove the choice. Discipline is hard when you have to make a choice every morning. Should I work out today? Make the decision once, then let the system take over. Successful people don't use willpower, they use routine. Pillar 5. Protect your vision, the sanctuary of silence. When you have a big vision, your ego wants to announce it to the world. You want the likes, the shares, and the congratulation. But there is a hidden danger in talking too much too soon. Keep your plans private to avoid unnecessary criticism and doubt. Every time you share your dream with someone who doesn't have the eyes to see it, you risk letting their doubt leak into your soul. The law of embryonic protection. 1. The small people problem. People who have given up on their own dreams will try to talk you out of yours. They call it being realistic, but it's actually being limited. 2. Conserve your energy. Science suggests that when you tell someone your goal and they praise you for it, your brain releases dopamine as if you've already achieved it. This social reality tricks your brain into losing the drive to actually do the work. 3. Build in the dark. Let your results be your noise. Work in silence until your success becomes so loud you don't have to say a word. Take note, the illusion of someday. The most dangerous word in the English language is someday. Someday I'll start that business. Someday I'll get my health back. Someday I'll find my purpose. Someday is a fog that hides the fact that your life is ticking away in seconds. You don't have an infinite amount of time. You have a window of opportunity that is closing every single day. The internet might flicker, the economy might shift, and people might doubt you. But none of those things can stop a person who has defined their purpose, documented their plan, prioritized their focus, developed their discipline, and protected their vision. Conclusion: your architecture starts now. You have the 5 pillars. You have the blueprint. The question is no longer, what do I do? The question is, when will I start? Success is not reserved for the special or the lucky. It is reserved for the discipline. It is reserved for those who are tired of being a wanderer and are ready to become an architect.